All right, so the Royal Rumble come on in a couple hours. So before then, I wanted to talk to y'all more like ramble about society. Um, I've been watching. So I just woke up, uh, probably like an hour or two ago. Got on my phone, watched a little YouTube while I was in the bed, and I had one of those situations where how you go on YouTube and then a new YouTuber that you really ain't seen before pop up, and like their video seems like kind of interesting, so you just watch one video and then one video turns to you watching a couple of the videos and you just go to a rabbit hole of them. So the YouTuber that I just watched, his name is Cameron. He got a K in his name. Um, and he was just basically talking about the different points on society, basically like the language, the lingo, and just like the media and everything. And it made me realize, like it made me ask myself, like, is society boring? And I have to say, honestly, it feels boring. Just because of the simple fact that, like being original isn't really a thing anymore. Having your own mind isn't a thing anymore. Like it's bad. You know what I mean? Like society is pretty fucked. I'm not gonna lie. Like for example, like I said in my last video about the reading situation, a lot of kids can't read. That's one thing. Another thing too, a lot of those kids who are growing up want to be YouTubers instead of like looking at other jobs. And that's it's pretty hypocritical of me to say like that they shouldn't do it, even though I'm not saying they shouldn't, but like it's very hypocritical of me to say that because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But I feel like it's because a lot of the reasons now is because life is hard. It shit is expensive, and a lot of those jobs that people have been wanting, they feel like it don't pay enough, or it's not as entertaining as being a YouTuber or an athlete or whatever. And it's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the media has grown a lot since then. Because even though like I'm Gen Z, I'm an early 2000s baby, but when I was a kid, like YouTube wasn't that thing where it was like the where it would be an end all be all. It was more like a niche thing where like you know some of your friends probably watch it at school. You know what I'm saying? You probably watch certain YouTubers or whatever. Now YouTube is everywhere. Everybody's on YouTube. All the companies have it. Everything like the media is just expanded. You know what I mean? And it's pretty sad because when you think about it, if all of these kids who are growing up want to be YouTubers, what is gonna happen to the other jobs? You know what I'm saying? Like school is already hard, so that's another reason why it's easy to quit. Um, it wasn't really easy for me, but it's more easier for kids to want to quit on school and not try to go to college, especially when there's other ways to get money outside of like getting a degree. But um, but if everybody tries to take the easy way out, then it's not gonna pan out for everybody. It's kind of like when people tell you how to get rich, or you take you take financial advice, and they tell you how to get rich quick on doing this and doing that. And I'm not saying that they're necessarily gonna be wrong. They probably just scamming you, but there are some instances where it's like, hey, if everybody did the same thing, it wouldn't be as effective because it's kind of like the market. If everybody is going into this certain company's stock, or if everybody's buying into this stock, it's not gonna be as like it's not gonna be as profitable because it's bound to drop. You know what I mean? I could have worded that better, but hopefully I understand what I'm saying. Um, yeah, it's gonna be bad because like all of these kids want to be YouTubers, and OnlyFans is another thing. So these girls are probably gonna, hopefully not, but these girls can grow up and be like, oh fuck being a doctor, shit. I'm gonna just get the OnlyFans going, get a meal off OnlyFans, which is unfortunate. But you have all of these kids who want to be on the media, and then you have to think like, hey, if everybody wants to do that, who's gonna be the doctors and the lawyers and everything that we need, you know? Like everybody needs to play their role in life. You can shit on people's jobs doing whatever, but somebody has to do it. You know what I mean? Like you can shit on somebody for working at the dumpster, but hey, somebody has to do it. You know what I mean? Especially because it's crazy because like teachers would tell you, hey, like if you don't get a good degree, if you don't get a degree, you're gonna end up like the dude who the garbage man. And it's crazy because teachers don't even be getting paid like that. Garbage man probably get paid more than them. I think they do. Shit. But it's crazy too because it's like even the kids who are going to school right now or in the near future, like going to college to be a doctor and to be a lawyer and all of that, it's very scary because your future doctors are gonna be motherfuckers who was in college on Quizlet 24/7, and they probably like they passed on, you know, just looking at Quizlet all day, and it makes you think like, damn, did they actually learn this shit or what? You know what I mean? And you know, it's kind of nerve wracking. It's kind of nerve wracking to think about that the person who could be doing surgery on you don't really know what the fuck they're doing and they passed on cheating, you know. But I'm not saying all students are like that. I'm just saying like it's more accessible to cheat now than never. You know what I mean? You know, another thing I wanted to talk about is basically, you know, pop culture, if that's even still a thing now. The pop culture thing situation right now is just trash. I feel like, you know, in the 2010s and back, like when you look back on it, yeah, some things were corny, but like it was its own like it was a better time for pop culture, if that makes sense. Like everything was just like it lasted longer, if that makes sense. I feel like with the internet being so big now and everybody's trying to have the new wave, a lot of things come and go. Like as far as like terms, like the lingo being used, like certain styles and everything, like it's not it doesn't last long anymore because number one is being like a lot of the fashion stuff is being overplayed. Everybody likes to say that they have their own sense of fashion, but they literally are just wearing the same thing like from head to toe. It's the same shit. And you know, as far as like, you know, certain lingo, people have overused it now. Like it's being overused. Like every time a new word comes out, like at first it's cool for like a month or two, and then eventually like it gets stale because people are overusing it or using it in the wrong context. And that happens a lot now because kids are now able to use the internet, and you know, they phones are more like phones phones are put into kids hands more now than never. And not only is it kids, it's also like other people seeing that it's popular, so they try to use it because they know that it's popular. Like companies, for example, you know, like they will use certain words to try to get with the you know, try to gain a new audience or whatever, and it just doesn't pan out because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it kind of sucks because, you know, even though things would be played out, people will still use them, and it's, you know, it's just overused, and it's become annoying because now that the media is so big, you get to see those things all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, and mind you, like the stuff that I'm talking about, like obviously other people have talked about it, but I just wanted to talk about it because it's been on my mind after, you know, just going through YouTube and everything. Like society is not original. Everybody wants to be the same thing. Everybody dresses the same. Everybody talks the same. Like it's no like, nobody wants to have their own path, and when they do, it's people like the gatekeep, and a lot of people, I watched a video, Cameron talking about gatekeeping and how it's like, he was like, it's just unnecessary. And I had to think about it, and I was like, damn, he might be right, but at the same time, I understand why, because when it comes to music and how people how people talk and just different stuff, once somebody gets a hold of it, like once you keep telling a lot of people about it, that's when it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same anymore because everybody starts to use the lingo and everybody starts to wear what you're wearing. And, some things, like especially when it comes to artists, you definitely want your artist to grow and prosper. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want anybody else to ruin that artist for me. You know what I mean? Or sometimes, them blowing up isn't the best for their career. They probably change up and be on some weird shit instead of what they used to be because they, with the label or whatever. Or a motherfucker just to be on TikTok and then they ruin the fucking song because they dancing bullshit to it. Just certain stuff like that. Or like, certain words like Riz. Riz is one of the most played out words I've ever heard in my life. And I've never really used it in my vocabulary. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. Like it wasn't really nothing like I wanted to say, but like you see it everywhere, bro. Like I remember when I first when Kyle was saying it at first before it even got, to the point where it is, and I'm like, okay. Like it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was him and his community, him and the AMP house and everybody was saying it and shit. And then I knew it got bad when so obviously if you watch my channel, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm an in and out situation. But when I saw a short on YouTube from WWE and it had the word Riz in it, I was like, this has got to stop. I think this was like early 2023 or late 2022 or something like that. And I was just like, no way. Like this can't be for real. When you got big companies using those type of words, like if I'm Kai, I'm like, damn, that is kind of fire. But then like you've had your own fan base ruin the word for you because they're just using it every 2 seconds. Or I think the moment that it was starting to get on the word was on his downfall was when Duke, it was that clip of Duke talking to the girl and that dude was right next to him. It was like, that's unspoken Riz right there. I think that was the point where the Riz word started to take a downward spiral because that was just cringy as fuck, bro. Then, people on TikTok, and I don't even use TikTok, but, like me being on YouTube, TikTok shorts and Instagram reels are pretty much all the same shit. And like people on YouTube videos talk about how cringy this shit is. So, you got people on TikTok, talking about it, saying like using the words and shit, and it's just so cringe. Like it's so bad because it's like, ugh, nah. Like that's just nah. That's another thing I want to point out too. The media is just trash, man. Like I don't know if it's just me getting older or what. Like don't get me wrong, like I've never been one to like care about the internet that much. Like as far as like Twitter, Instagram and all of that, like I've never really cared about shit like that. Like I know that's crazy because my generation is heavy on that shit. I'm kind of like one of the odd man out. I never really cared for social media like that. The reason I even have a YouTube is money is part of it. Obviously I want to get paid from it, but another reason that I wanted to do it is because it was kind of more of a personal thing. I never really liked being in front of the camera. I still don't, but like it's one of those things in life where you try to do what's uncomfortable to make you a better person. And this is kind of helping me with just like speaking. You know what I mean? So that's it's kind of helped me on a personal level, but it goes back to like people wanting to do this for just money and not really having fun with it. That's the thing. Like the reason that I kept doing it is because I'm having fun with it, and I'm of course I'm not getting paid from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting paid from it or anything like that. But it's still like nice to do, like because if I do get to that point, like I still want to have fun with it, and so I try not to do what everybody else is doing, which is why I like doing these type of videos now, because a lot of videos now are kind of like they have too much editing in them, if that makes sense. Like it feels like society now is one big false advertisement to where everybody wants to show their perfections and not their imperfections. And I'm not saying you have to show your imperfections, but it's like a lot of people now are too influenced on others. And because they're on the internet 24/7, they feel as if what they see is what they need to have. Like, oh, this big YouTuber has this Lamborghini. Let me do this to get that Lamborghini. Or, oh, they got their teeth worked on, or they have plastic surgery. They have this perfect body that they say that they have. Let me go do this. Or, oh, this is how they get girls. Let me get girls this way then. Maybe that'll help me. And I'm not saying sometimes it don't help, but there are some instances where you will look at a video and you will see that it's full of shit, and then you see the people in the comments like getting influenced on that shit, and it's like it's pretty sad because as a little kid, your brain is easily influenced. Whatever you see, you're still learning right from wrong. So like, if people are telling you to do this and be an alpha male, or you don't need a man to do shit, and all of this other shit going on, or like, oh, if you want to make money fast, become a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer and just start annoying people, or just do whatever to get the money. And that's pretty fucked up, because it feels like nobody has morals anymore. People do anything on the internet to get some money or for clout. Um, um, like they would do anything. I feel like people, there was a point in time where it was popular to be down bad, which is insane work. Um, People judging each other, and like for no reason at all. Especially like people judging celebrities, like their looks and shit, and it'd be like natural looking people, and then you'll have a comment under there like, "Hey, they're mid or they're ugly," and the person behind the fucking comment is ugly as fuck. They never talk to a person in their life, a woman or a man, or they, them, whatever. They've never had an interaction in their life in that sense. They play the game all day and don't get paid from it. Like it be losers on the internet putting up a facade, and it's like, get off the internet because you stay on there too much. And because people are on the internet so much, the comments can affect people a lot, and it's been like that since the internet has dawned. It's been like that since the early 2010s. Somebody called you ugly on MySpace. Hey, somebody need to watch, certain people, because they probably were in their life because of that. I know I'm all over the place, but that's kind of where my brain is going. But yeah, like it's pretty fucked up. And with the media now, like I remember when I first started watching YouTube for real, it was back in like middle school. I would say like 2013, 2014. There would be videos of just random shit. It wasn't highly edited. Like it was just like I would go on YouTube to watch wrestling videos, gaming videos because if I wanted to pass a level or something, or just people playing the game or whatever, music videos, whatever. Um, and like it wasn't, or just like me, like just short videos, like vines or some shit, during that time. But yeah, man, it was just like people were just putting out content on YouTube just for the fun of it. It wasn't really highly edited. It wasn't a fucking job or whatever. And well, it was a job, but it wasn't. It wasn't what it is now. Like I feel like now everybody is doing the exact same thing. The thumbnails look the same. The editing styles are pretty similar. Everybody has that fucking thing in the middle of their video saying like, "Hey, like subscribe" or whatever like that. Which I'm not gonna hate on. Like, hey, get your coins, but it's like there's more of a strategy now when it comes to stuff like that than it was before. And it's kind of how life has been now too. It's kind of just like a big strategy game. It's like, hey, how can I get money faster, and how can I get it easier? Which is why those blue collar jobs aren't as like they aren't as what they're not what they used to be. Not only because they don't pay as much, because they don't pay as much, which is kind of crazy because it's not even that they don't pay much. Is that like houses and everything just costs so much. Like everything costs so much, man. So it's like motherfuckers got two jobs. Motherfuckers that have two jobs and still be struggling. And that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. Like that shit sucks. But yeah, everybody wants fast, quick money. Whether they want to get it legally or illegally, they'll get it quick. They want it quick, fast, and in a hurry. And with the YouTube shit, man, like there's just a strategy now. Like there's not people just going on and recording how they want to record anymore. There's people looking at other YouTubers and being like, hey, I gotta edit like that to get where I'm at, or I gotta do these type of videos to get where I want to get, instead of doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people do that now. People, because if you think about it, YouTube right now is pretty much what's, I would say, the side of YouTube that I'm on. YouTube right now is pretty much crazy thumbnails. The videos are pretty much stream clips, reaction videos, and just a bunch of the same shit. Everybody has their own community. The Fortnite community. They have those cringy ass Smasher Pass videos or the 20v1 videos. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever category of YouTube that you watch, notice how 90% of them are pretty much formatted the same exact way. A lot of the YouTubers probably talk similar, mainly because they're probably in a similar community, but they talk the same, they probably act the same, which means that they act the same. It's like, damn, where's the like originality at, But that's just, I don't even know how to I don't even know. And it, like with that said, like that's why I stopped watching a lot of YouTubers that I used to watch. I don't hate them. It's just that like that type of content is just not what I want to watch anymore. So I had to just put that shit to the side, bro. It's like, do your thing, but like I don't know. I just can't get myself to watch it or watch it as much as I used to, because it's just, I don't know, man. It's just the meta for YouTube is just not it, man. Like I'm not saying I don't watch YouTube at all. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like it's just everybody following like game plans and shit, bro. Like YouTube isn't YouTube anymore. Like in order for you to be like where you want to be with YouTube, because like nowadays, social media stars, which is pretty much what they are, like social media stars, Instagram, like whether you're famous on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, it's a real business now. So it's not you just sitting in your room and fucking making videos anymore. Like once you get to that point where you wanna like be a top dog, like motherfuckers is getting managers now, signing $80 million deals to these streaming platforms or like whatever, like getting these big bucks. Motherfuckers streaming getting paid more than athletes now, pretty much, damn near, like, or at least on the same type of wave. Unless you're a baseball player, you're getting that big bucks. But yeah, like it's a positive thing to see. Don't get me wrong, because like it's good to see streamers, get the credit that they deserve when it comes to like being entertainers, because a lot of the trends now and all the stuff now comes from YouTubers and streamers and stuff like that. They are the new wave of like what society is, you know what I'm saying, for our generation. So it's like, get your coins for sure, bro. Niggas is using your terms, niggas is talking the way you talk, or using your methods to get, a certain audience or whatever. So yeah, get your coins, bro, for sure. But I feel like a lot of it, like even with that getting the bread and all of that, I feel like it be taking the fun out of the creator. Like, I feel like if I did get to that point, hopefully, I really just want to make sure that I still have fun with this shit, bro. I feel like a lot of creators now, because they follow certain game plans and they're not really trying to do like some new shit or some shit that they really want to do. They just trying to get the money. I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't really have that fun factor to them anymore. It's like, hey, I'm on YouTube, that rent due, and shit, I know if I make this video, I can get some bread off of this. You know what I'm saying? I get a quick, couple thousand, you know what I'm saying? Get a brand deal, probably get a meal, couple 100,000, 6 figures, 5 figures, whatever. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like that, and then like gaming sucks ass now. I was gonna make this a different video, but fuck it, we just gonna make it the whole video. Gaming sucks ass now, and before people would be like, oh, you just gotta venture out to other games, that's why you think gaming is boring. Let me tell you something. There are exceptions to my statement. For example, games like Spider-Man, God of War. If you like RPGs or whatever, Baldur's Gate, whatever. There are some games out there that are fun. But then it goes to the point where you're telling me to venture out to find good games, when in reality, I shouldn't have to do that to have fun playing the game. There are people who like certain types of games, whether it be sports games, fighting games, racing games, whatever. I shouldn't have to venture out and play another type of game to have fun. Because at the end of the day, the company that makes those certain games should be making them for us to have fun. Like, for example, sports games. There's no reason for sports games to drop every year, when all it is just roster updates. Literally just roster updates. Like, all the 2Ks and Madden and shit. The only reason I have Madden is because my homie had it, and niggas just wanted to play Madden, and we got different consoles, so we wanted to play something that we could both play. Madden and Call of Duty. Like, I haven't played 2K. I haven't bought a 2K since 2K19. 2K is fucking trash. I play FC24 off the EA Play shit, the little free trial shit for like the 24-hour shit. It was cool, but like, there's no reason for you to keep dropping games every year when it's literally just the same shit over and over. The graphics ain't even changing that crazy either because it's literally just a year out. Not even a year out, but it's really a couple months because as soon as you drop the game, you're still updating that game, but you're working on that. And then the servers are bad too. And that's not even just with sports games, that's for all games, damn near. It feels like even with like the sports games, you know, they have the ultimate team and the my team and all that shit, or the my players and shit. And you spending all this money to make the perfect my player and build the perfect team, only for the new game to drop a couple months later. Like fighting games, Tekken 8 just dropped. I heard that shit was gas. I ain't got the money right now, so I ain't buying it. So I'm probably wait till that shit get on sale. Street Fighter 6 was cool, but then MK1 dropped. And y'all have heard me talk about MK1 before. That game is fucking disappointing, bro. And it really does suck because that's my favorite gaming franchise. That game is very disappointing and they need to get their shit together. Like, having MK11 and MK1 as your last two games is not a good look. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm not even gonna get into that. Whatever. Another thing with gaming, like, bro, like, I don't know, man. It was just fun to play back then, man. Like on the PS2, like niggas used to play the PS2, the Wii, all that other shit, man. Like now, it just feels like gaming can be a chore at times because everybody's trying so fucking hard for no reason. Um, you know, offline play isn't as fun anymore. That shit used to be fun as fuck because it feels like a lot of content isn't being dropped enough. Like MK. You know, playing with your friends is always gonna be fun no matter what. But I feel like a lot of the games that be dropping, I'm paying all of this money. Like PS5, you know, the game plus tax for me is like $77, right? It feels like I'm paying $77 for the game to come out and it's not complete. And mind you, I don't just play sports games and fighting games. I'll play any type of game. But it feels like a lot of the games be dropping and they already have problems. So it feels like I'm paying $80 for an unfinished game that needs a patch as soon as the game comes out. Why isn't this game fixed? I'm not saying the game isn't gonna have problems at all, but it really just be like big problems at launch that could have been fixed before the shit even launched. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, gaming companies want their money, but like, I need y'all to take y'all time with this shit, bro. Like, motherfuckers be quick to drop DLC, but when them updates come, niggas be going silent. Like, come on, man. And then you wonder why a lot of people be playing these free games or these PC games because, like Lethal Company and shit like that, because it ain't too much to the games, yet you can still have fun. Like, just look up from the past couple of years, Among Us, Only Up, Lethal Company, you know, all that other shit. Like Fall Guys was a simple game. Everybody had fun during, you know, the times we was locked in the house. Like what the like? Why can't gaming just doesn't feel as fun as it used to be? Because I feel like a lot of the companies are not putting a lot of love into their games anymore. It feels like they want more money than like happiness when it comes to the people who buy the games, because they know at the end of the day, if you are already a big game in the industry, they know that whatever you drop, somebody's gonna buy that shit. Because there's always gonna be somebody a little kid who just want to play a game. You know, they don't really know the difference between the trash and a good game. And then you got motherfuckers that'll be like, bro, y'all just hating too much on the game, bro. It ain't even that bad. And that'd be the reason why motherfuckers don't be getting updates to their games and shit, because niggas be trying to get them some slack and they shouldn't. Like that shit, bro. That shit is annoying. That shit is annoying, bro. That shit is annoying. That shit is annoying, man. Like, society is just boring. There, I'm not saying there's no fun things around, but a lot of the things are just not it. Nobody wants to be original. Nobody wants to interact with each other in person. You can blame COVID for that too, obviously, but like the internet has become so big that there's no people feel like there's no reason to do anything else but be on the internet. And a lot of the movies that you see with all the VR and stuff and about the future and stuff is shit looking like it's true, bro. Like people living in VR and people, VTubers and shit. I ain't trying to shit on VTubers, but like, I seen a clip of a video of a VTuber concert and people were screaming at it. I was like, damn, people are really screaming at AI. It's like, hey, if you want to spend your money on that, as long as you're not harming nobody, do you? But that's crazy. Everybody wants to be perfect. Nobody wants to have any flaws. Everybody feels offended about everything. People are so sensitive yet unsensitive at the same time. Like insensitive, like they're sensitive about the wrong things. Like everybody wants to cancel everybody. Nobody knows what they want to be anymore. So they just lean on to other people to see what they want to be. Society. It's boring.